obviously, you know they have a high-ass spot hidden. Whoa, they have a high spot hidden and they managed to fail. Wow. I can't believe that. All right, so while they're looking at the body, there's a lot of blood and everything everywhere. They happen to miss the fact that there is no granite, or chalk, the type of things that should be on top of a roof. None of those are on the man's soles of his feet,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, they give me a. I'll let you do this at advantage. Whatever one you use, be it charm, convince, um, your one where you could persuade, whatever your
Right.
highest persuade thing is.
I think it's charm. Yeah, let's do charm. Oh. You said I had advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
I made it. Yay.
All right, go and give yourself a check mark on that one.
Yes.
And they say, off of the roof, you're certain of that.
Well, of course, where else would you fly down from? Came straight on the car.
I understand that the officer says that his heart was cut out.
Why, yes, that's what I just told you.
So, what's this homeless guy have to do with anything? Was he on that list you guys were talking about?
Well, we gave you the list. Is he on the list? I don't have the list right now. It's with Miss Dorothy.
Is he carrying any identification?
Is he what?
Carrying
identification.
Well, he already said who that is, right? Like it's the other officer said like the name of that homeless guy. So I mean, we should be able to compare that to the. Yeah, I'm saying to Brown. Do you have this with you? I just gave it to you earlier.
Well, Mr. Price, you may know that the name Peter Postrefikov is not on. So, one has to ask, exactly why was his life taken? But you're not a detective, so this isn't a question you need to worry your head about. Where are your new friends?
Well, I think we are all on our dates. It's Valentine's Day today, you know?
Oh, yes. Of course.
And I'm pointing to the girls.
Oh, I see there, Professor. Apparently you do know how to party. Makes sense, considering you had to go rip me away from my old wife. But, hey, ain't no thing. She wanted me to go massage her feet tonight, and hell, I wasn't really for any of that.
Well, lucky you. So, should we call a cab, or is this a crime scene now, an official one? What happens to the car?
Oh, yeah, it's an official crime scene, all right, including this vehicle, but hey, just as well, this thing ain't going nowhere, no way. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little while for a cab to get around here. Can you call one of your pals?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know where to call Cormac, and I just...
You would know where to call Cormac. You would know the number of his restaurant.
Oh, right, it's now his restaurant, right, yeah. Okay, well, let's do that.
Yes, this is my easy, cheap way of getting Cormac into the game.
Right.
God damn it.
Okay, so then...
Dorothy could totally call him. She'd be like, no, don't call the police, I know a guy.
It's actually true. I think like Dorothy would know his number, and I would know Dorothy's number, so I would call Dorothy, I think.
Okay, cool. Now we're all together. Go ahead and call Dorothy.
Is Angus
Hello.
still there?
Yeah. Hello.
Is that
Hello.
who's on the
Who is
phone?
this? They won't speak. Who is this?
And give me that. They called the library. They didn't call you.
Dorothy, dear. Hold on. I want to make sure this madman isn't sending his evil calls. Oh, by the way, he's talking to you right now, Jonathan.
Oh, I'm saying, well, I'm not an evil person. My name is Jonathan Price, and I'm a friend of your niece.
Oh,
Your
my
grandmother,
sister-in-law. Oh,
whatever.
the professor.
Right.
Oh, it's Jonathan. Give me the phone, dear.
Wait. Where were you? Do you have any idea the danger Dorothy was just in?
Just give me the phone,
the danger
Angus.
she's been in since talking to these people.
It's
There was a killer here in her library, threatening her life.
What now?
This Wenton murderer you've been chasing around was here. He threatened her.
How far is that from the place where we are right now?
5 blocks.
Angus, give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Very well.
Hello, Jonathan. How are you, dear?
Oh, Dorothy, are you all right?
I'll be fine. Did you need something, dear?
Well, we are very close to your house, and there is a body that has been dumped on our car, so...
Is it missing a heart?
Yes.
I think I might have that.
Oh. Well... The police is on here right now, so maybe put that away.
Angus! Angus, get rid of that thing! Wait, no, I have nothing to hide. I did nothing wrong.
Well, you didn't, but it's hard to explain why you have that in your possession.
No one's going to believe that I did anything, right? I mean, look.
Well, maybe your brother-in-law, maybe they might suspect him then. So just get rid of that, and everything should be fine. We need to get...
That's an excellent point. We'll take care of that. Are you coming my way?
Yes, and maybe call Cormac and... well...
Oh, that's an excellent idea. You know, I think he would be much better suited at protecting than a police detail. I'll see you later, dearie. And she starts dialing without hanging up.
Right.
It's like
so in your ear, Jonathan, you're goop 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 goop.
Mrs. McGee, maybe you shouldn't hang up first before you start dialing.
Oh, it's still working in here, like the cluttering noise, and it hangs up. Angus, dear, could you get rid of that heart? The police are coming, and I don't want them to think you did it.
The surprise. Please. I wouldn't want to be disappointed in your action. I certainly hope you didn't just suggest Mrs. McGee get rid of possible evidence.
Oh no, I would never do that.
Oh, you better give me a deception roll.
What is deception? There's no deception.
Fast talk.
Oh, right. Where's fast talk? Ooh.
Bottom left.
Really should have that. Let's see. Nope.
Whoa. This squid lied to us over here, Sprout. I do believe so, Mr. Stone.
That's incredibly impolite of you to say that I'm a liar. Should totally apologize for that.
Oh, is that in a persuade or an intimidate?
Well, we think it's incredibly unwise to lie to police officers.
Why, yes, indeed. That would be very unwise. I would never do something.
You know, when your livelihood or even ability to stay in this country is at hand. Wouldn't you agree?
Maybe.
You have been sufficiently cowed.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the professor knows exactly what's going on here.
Right. Well, I mean, I was on my way to Miss Dorothy, so if you want to maybe
Oh,
just come
good.
with me and
Then we'll just
we.
all hop in and go there together. That sounds
Right.
perfect. All right, so we're going to switch over to Dorothy's conversation with Cormac.
Let me just before we finish this up, I want to just like excuse me with the girls and
Oh
well
yeah, yeah,
say
yeah.
yeah, just say like we can like do this another day. Like yeah.
Yeah, yeah, John boy. Don't worry. Yeah, John boy. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll take care of the two sisters. No problem. And Eddie puts his arm around both sisters. They giggle and they draw themselves close to him.
I hate him. Okay.
Hey, at least one of us gonna have a hey, at least some of us are gonna have a happy Valentine's Day. See you around, John boy.
See you. Have a great time.
Oh, I will. All right. Dorothy and Cormac.
Okay, so I would call Cormac.
Boop, 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 boop. Hey, wait, is Ben with us?
He was? Where'd he go? Um, Ben? Ben? Well?
Huh. We lose him?
I don't know.
He's not muted. I think he's probably just AFK. I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, let's go and give a quick 5-minute break, and we'll see if he's back.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, still a quick 5-minute break.
Yeah, I'm around. Sorry about that.
All right. All right. I'm already called a quick 5-minute break, so we'll do it anyway. And when we come back, Dorothy's going to be calling you.
All right.
I mean, I will like go to Dorothy, right? I mean, I'm not sure what Cormac is probably coming as well, but I'm not sure like how long that will take, and the police will be there too.
Yeah, this should be interesting.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, I didn't forget because he said it on purpose. Yeah, it's pretty much because he said he was just he hurt his hand, was going to visit the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm glad that veiled threat worked.
Yeah. She is look. She lost children in the war. She's had children die, and Mary is important to her.
No, I get it. That's why he said, "Oh, I hurt my head. I think I'll visit the hospital."
And she's like, "Okay, fine. What do you want?"
All right.
All right. So, man, basically what happened was Quentin threatened her. Now, she didn't care about her own life at first, so he reanimated a skeleton that made it sound like her husband. And then when she was still holding firm, but
Wasn't
eventually
buying
he
it.
crushes. Yep. So eventually he crushes the skeleton's skull and says, "Oh, I hurt my hand. I think I'll visit the hospital." At which point she finally broke down and agreed to set up Moreno. Because he basically said he was going to go to the hospital and get Mary.
Yeah, pretty much
Right.
threatened her kid.
So essentially, she's calling you guys, and you're going to figure out how you're going to set up Morena.
Although Angus is there right now, so mostly she just wants you to convince him that she doesn't need a police escort to protect her.
Is Martin here? Because we're all here, we can start.
Well, sorry, yes, I'm here. Hello.
All right, cool.
Okay.
In that case, we will go back to Dorothy's place.
Yes. She's going to call... Well, actually, she's going to tell Angus to get there, take care of that heart.
Angus is like, take care of the heart. Dorothy, I'm a businessman. I make, on occasion, numbers disappear. Sometimes I make dirty money into clean money. Sometimes I make clean money into dirty money. I do not make hearts or bodies of any sort disappear. I'm not a fixer.
So does that mean you trust the police?
Trust the... How... How honest are these police officers? Do they have any, mortgages, outstanding mortgages?
Huh?
You didn't ask about the finances, did you, Dorothy?
Was I supposed to? Why don't you just stay and take a talk with them? If you think it's fun, we can leave the heart. Look, I don't want to touch it.
You think I want to touch it? Honestly, I don't even like touching chitlins.
Look, I'm just saying that if they're looking for a heart and they just found a dead man who's missing one, well then guess what? I sure as heck didn't carve it out. I'm not strong enough.
All right. So first arriving are going to be Detectives Brown and Detective Stone. And I actually didn't mean for their names to be Brownstone when I made them. But
We've talked about this before.
like, yeah, I just didn't mean for that to happen. It's just, well, that's their name. Like, I knew I wanted somebody to be named Detective Stone because that just sounds like a detective's name. Whatever.
There's actually a book that's the case. It's called Stone Cold.
Well,
Yeah, I was about to say, it just sounds like a detective's name.
I would arrive with them, right? Because I have no other ride.
Yeah, I mean,
You're there.
she would make that argument and then call Cormac pretty immediately. In fact, I would be like, I know Mr. Cormac can tell us how to do with it.
Mr. Dorothy, I don't know if you know this about your friend Mr. Cormac, but I did move some less than clean money for an associate of his.
That's nice, and she's calling him. Not listening to him anymore.
All right, so these three have not arrived yet. Go ahead and make that phone call.
Okay, so it's the beep, the boop, the boop. Brrr.
Yeah.
After it rings twice, I pick up.
Okay.
Go for Cormac.
Cormac, it's Mrs. McGee. How are you, dear?
I'm doing just peachy. How you doing?
There's a heart on my floor.
I beg your pardon?
There's a heart? Like in your body, except it's on my floor. I'm sorry, let me start from the beginning. Mr. Wenton visited me, and he left me a valentine after threatening me, and I think you should come here so that you can convince my brother-in-law that I don't need a police escort, and yes.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Excellent. By the way, I think the police are coming.
I'll be there in 2 minutes.
All right. In that case, you do get here before them. Come on in, Cormac.
All right.
Ah, Mr. O'Doyle. How are you? I thank you so much for volunteering to help my dear sister. Um, Also, did you know that there was a recent account open with your name on it?
Don't worry about it. You okay, Dorothy?
Yes. He didn't hurt me. Look, but see, look, there's a heart. See, and it's, um, I think it's real.
Cormac, I'm not even going to ask for a spot hidden. You know this is a real heart.
Yeah, so if the cops are on the way, we might want to get going. And Cormac's gonna start trying to usher Dorothy out the door.
No, they know I'm here. If I go now, it'll look like I'm running, and I didn't do anything wrong.
I really don't think the cops are gonna think you did this. No disrespect.
No, we wouldn't think anything like that, Mr. Cormac. It's interesting seeing you again. Hey, O'Doyle. Come to come over to help your grandma, huh?
Something like that.
So, we meet again. So, Mrs. McGee.
Yes,
Exactly.
the heart's right over here. Look, it's there. I didn't do it. I swear I don't know how it got here, but it's there. And that murderer broke in and he threatened me.
Whoa. You're saying Wetton was in here?
Yes.
How did Mr. Wetton egress and exit?
And she's like looking at Angus because she's about to say blood portal, but she's thinking. She's like looking at Angus for direction. Well.
I believe that he must have gotten in through this place still has some old tunnels in it from the time toward the Underground Railroad. I believe he must have used one of those as a hidden passage into here.
There are tunnels under
And
the library. That's
Wasn't
fascinating.
wasn't this window broken because a girl was going in and out or something like that?
Yeah, Pickles broke a window, didn't she?
you're right. Exactly. That window is broken. Good eye there, Prize.
Right. Always glad to help.
So, maybe he got in through the window. There could be any number of reasons. What matters here, officer, is a killer, a murderer whom you have failed to capture, may I add. A murderer whom you have enlisted the help of an innocent octogenarian, a
Well,
bespectacled,
I am not 80 yet.
I'm sorry, a near octogenarian, a
Septuagenarian.
a British school teacher, and an
A business owner.
independent businessman to help with your investigation. I don't
I
even know
adjust
what
my
the call
collar.
Oh,
Yes,
Angus,
yes.
don't get in a tiff. It's fine. Look, they're here now. They're aware of the
I
heart. We're fine.
I am in a tip. That man could have hurt you.
I'm
I mean,
fine.
if he hurt you, then it's like Eustace is gone completely, and that's all I have. I don't.
Angus.
He he turns and he walks away before he actually loses composure. It's fine, Dorothy. It's understand. These men are
Angus,
trying to do their job,
I have to protect Eustace's legacy.
and I have to protect you.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm not the only thing left of him.
I know. It's just whenever I see you, I remember the love in his eyes, and I remember the man that he was before he met you. You you don't know what Eustace was like before he met you, Dorothy. He was if you think I'm cold, cruel, Eustace was even more so. Most of the cold business practices I learned from him.
I
Meeting
don't think
you
you're
warned
cold.
him so much.
I don't
He
think
became such a great man because of you, and I'm sorry, Dorothy. Go ahead.
I don't think you're cold, Angus.
Thank you, Dorothy. That means a lot to me.
What I'm trying
You
to
know, this is real heartwarming and all, but
Oh, Mr.
that's a
Cormac did it
human
again.
heart on the
Mr.
floor.
Mr. Cormac, it is more important to me that we protect my husband's legacy than his widow.
Well,
And she
detectives, I think you have everything you need right now. Well, maybe you should go. And I'm like pushing them like towards the door. You see, this family is like in deep troubled times, and they
Which
need
way did
some
you
time for
see?
themselves.
Which direction did you see Mr. Winton go?
Oh, he said he was going to go to the hospital. You need to go check there. Is that a persuasion? Because, like, really, she knows he isn't going to the hospital, but he did say he was going to go to the hospital.
No, he definitely said he was going to the
And she's
hospital.
thinking,
I'm
like,
gonna say that you said that was untrue.
if I can convince them to go to the hospital, then at least there's someone there to possibly be protection for Mary, maybe a little
I
bit.
would honestly, I would say that the desperation you have in case he decides that he doesn't trust you to keep your end of a bargain.
Mm,
I would say I will let you do whatever persuasion roll you want with advantage.
don't need it.
All right.
Don't need the advantage.
Yeah, you want to have Mary protected, and you don't trust that he's just going to not show up at the hospital. So you do convince him that that's where he said he was going.
Yes.
Okay, we're on our way. Um, start the car, Stone. One
Detective,
last question, because we did he say if we're just going to the hospital because he was harmed, or did he intimate that he was going to harm someone close to you?
my daughter works there.
I understand. No more questions. We'll be on our way. Don't do
Brian, you
anything
do
foolish.
have somebody watching Bromley, right?
Watching which one?
Bromley.
Oh, oh yeah. He does have a detail on him. Yes. Good
Just
question.
making sure.
And they head towards the hospital.
I feel like as soon as they're in the car driving away, she's like, okay, we need to set up a meet with Councilman Moreno so that Wenton can kill him.
Angus is like, whoa.
We need to
Why?
set up a meeting so that we can kill Wenton. That's what needs to happen.
I might know of a place.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. He's completely out of this conversation. He did not just say that.
What? Well, but before we do that, I actually had a little incident myself, and I will describe like the homeless
They didn't leave the heart
man.
here, did they?
No, I'm sorry. It's not rude. It's funny because there's just things that are still around here on the GM layer, like that spy you spoke to. He like gave one. He's still here. um.
I'm gonna check the curtains for feet.
All right, so you guys need to discuss what you're doing. Angus has stepped into the kitchen to make some coffee for everybody. So he didn't hear that last part you just said, Dorothy.
She doesn't give a shit. She's setting him up.
Well, we need to, first of all, there was a homeless man who was dropped on Edward's car.
Oh.
And he was missing a heart, and he was pushed out of one of these portals.
Who was it?
I don't know. Do I remember the name that they gave?
They said his name was Stinky Pete.
What, Stinky Pete something? But
would I know who that is from that name?
Yes, you do know Stinky Pete. No, Mavis knew Stinky Pete, and she would have mentioned Stinky Pete's name when you both saw him. So,
Okay.
yes.
I'm trying to remember what I thought about Stinky Pete.
That's a good question. We'll just say that he earned his name, so that probably would influence your thoughts on him.
Fair. But it's also someone she knows, and the fact that the heart in her home is someone she knows is...
Someone she met.
Someone she
be
met.
Fair,
someone she
met
that is easily accessible. That would be alarming.
True.
Well, the question is why he killed him. Did you have what kind of relationship do you have with him?
Oh, I just met him the once, but Mavis knows him.
Where did you meet him?
Gosh, I meet so many people.
Yeah, he was just in the street.
Yeah, I mean, he's a homeless person. I met him on the street. What did you expect?
I mean, maybe he saw something? Like, where exactly did you see him?
On the street?
To answer this question, you remember that you saw him the day that you were following Mr. Mr. Corbett. This is
that's right
after you tried to break into his house.
Oh, I saw him after trying to break into Mr. Corbett's house successfully, might I add. And he was stinky, and I don't know, he might have seen me trying to break into that man's house.
This is also where you looked onto the bus, and the bus did something weird before it went to the hospital. And this is also the time, Jonathan, this is all the same day. The day that there was a body found in your hospital room. It's all the same day.
Yeah.
That was right before that one body. Look, the point is... I forget what the point is. Listen, we have to set up the congressman.
And Jonathan replied with, we could pretend to set up the congressman to set up, what's his name, Wenton instead.
Look, if you want to set up Wenton, that's your business, but I'm not doing it when it's Mary's life on the line.
Well, her life will be on the line anyway, because if we don't get him out of the way, he will just come after you after he killed the congressman. Do you really think he will leave you alone after this?
You turn around and you look at Cormac. I shouldn't say that.
I mean, I think she would, because she's kind of like, he's... I suppose I can't exactly trust him to keep his word.
So, Cormac, where are you at on this?
I'm tying my shoes. I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
You're listening. What do you think?
I have a very constipated expression.
All right. So here's the deal. Wenton wants to kill the mayor, and he wants Dorothy to set it up. Time and place. Jonathan wants to use this as a chance to ambush Wenton at a place where you can actually get him. And Dorothy just wants to go with his wishes so that he doesn't murder Mary.
Okay. So Cormac's gonna say, you do know that if we just let him do his thing, we're not getting him off the streets, and he's just gonna want to keep doing what he does. So I'm in full agreement with Teach. And I'm gonna clap Jonathan on the shoulder.
Look, there's only so many names on the list. Surely he'll run out eventually.
Yeah, you know what? I think Winton's at the top of my list. He's been a thorn in my ass for way too long now. So here's the deal. He wants Moreno, right? Is that how you say that name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Moreno? Right,
Moreno.
okay, so that Spanish fella, I said we just get him back to the bar and wait for the killer to come again, because frankly, killer already knows where it's at, and it's kind of in my turf.
Yeah, I just want to know that's a thought that goes in Dorothy's head. After you said, after he gets through with the list, you just did have the thought that Pete's name was not on the list.
Yeah.
So listen.
What did you say to Wenton where you would... Like, how would you tell him where he can find him?
Well, he said midnight tonight, and I said no self-respecting man would meet a woman of my age that was single in the middle of the night like that. We need to be credible. And then he said, okay, fine, you pick the time and place, and you have 36 hours because he's not going to wait forever. And then he stepped through his blood portal. So
I'm not going to ask for a spot hidden. You do notice where the detectives took the heart and a Valentine box. You see a symbol, and it's gonna be small. It looks like this.
I can't help but wonder what the Dunkin' Donuts people think when you are talking about murder and hearts. And
All right. Hey, I'm literally standing right next to like the register too. So what do I know? All right. You see this?
Well, okay.
It's a little
There's
note.
this. There's this thing,
It's on a piece of paper.
and she picks it up. There, it's on this thing. Look, maybe I write it here.
Isn't that some sort of religious symbol?
Prize, you've seen this before?
I think we've all seen it.
Yeah,
it was at that cultist church
Okay,
place.
you don't see it.
I mean, there was a pentagram that we saw in the hospital, like around.
That's the one you saw in the
victim.
hospital, right? I didn't know if the rest of them saw it or if you were the only one who saw it in the hospital. But yes, you saw the symbol in the hospital.
So the question here is like, there was a note. What's on the note?
It's just
Like
a piece of paper with the symbol on it. It's a piece of cardboard. It's kind of thick. You can feel the moisture of this thing on both sides. Dorothy, when you hold it in your hand, you feel it vibrate.
I think I need to write it on here. I think.
Well, how about we? Because I think he wouldn't come to your restaurant, but we could set up an ambush here in your library. He wouldn't expect you to put this place in danger, I assume.
Well, I'm sorry, but no. I'm not. There can't be a murder here. It would
Well,
ruin
he's
it.
already been
It
to
would
the
ruin
pub.
this place. We're protecting this library.
Send him to the pub. I'm going to try to take the paper away. And I'm going to write the address on it.
Angus.
Wait, we need to get the mayor there as well. You can't just write the address on it without
That shouldn't be a problem. Dorothy, give the mayor a call. Let him know that if he meets with you, it's regarding my endorsement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes. He should be home by now. It's what time is it? Is it like an ungodly hour?
It's 10 o'clock.
I suppose I could call him in the morning, but you know,
It's just 10 o'clock. He's up.
why don't I just try and call him?
Hello. Hello. You've reached Miguel Moreno.
Miguel, it's Mrs. McGee, dear. I'm so sorry to bother this late, but
I am so sorry. I am not home at the moment. If you would please leave a name, number, and a brief message after the...
there are no answering machines in 1920.
Oh, yeah, carry on.
He's just fucking with you.
I know.
I'm sorry, Mrs. McGee. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Listen, I thought I would be, you know, my brother-in-law, Angus McGee. He is.
Oh, you will reconsider my proposal.
Yes, and he's you know, he dropped by earlier tonight. You know, he's very attentive, and he suggested that perhaps we could meet to discuss his.
The Angus McGee of McGee Bank? Oh,
Yeah,
that is quite promising. Yes, of course I can meet you. Where would you like to meet?
Oh, I'm friends with a local businessman. He said we could run by your pub.
Oh, very well. I will be right there.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
Oh, yes, tonight.
No, not tonight. Tomorrow night, dear. Tomorrow night.
Tonight.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow. Shut up. Shut up.
Why do you want to wait?
I'm sorry. Tomorrow night. 7 o'clock?
Certainly. It sounds good, Mrs. McGee. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Moreno out. All right.
McGee out.
So.
And then she's like gonna turn around and be like, I think I should buy a gun.
I think we have lots of guns, don't we?
Yes, you have all the guns.
I mean, my firearms is a 25, so I'm probably more lethal with my knitting needles.
You couldn't
all
always
right, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and set up your plan.
Okay, that
means like Cormac can decide who he wants, if he wants any of his boys to show up and where they're going to be. I'm going to show you the map where this setup is happening.
I kind of feel like I have a book with fancy magic things in it, probably.
Oh, okay.
I think she would be looking in the book for something.
It takes a bit longer than like night or day.
No, she's been reading it.
I've been reading it. Right. It's been here for a while, but I feel like, okay, she's got a passing familiarity with it. Now she's looking through it for something specific.
Alright, so I will tell you that the spell that would be coming from it would be a demon binding spell. Meaning you can keep a demon in...
Yes.
Meaning that you can keep some type of demon in one place. Or... It's a demon summoning spell. So it's either a demon summoning spell or a demon binding spell. Who knows?
Well, she'll just put that in her back pocket in case.
Alright.
Do you need that synchronicity to cast the spell, or can you cast the spell at any time now? How does it work?
What Dorothy has figured out is if she can get to a place, she can draw a circle. And she can also hide the circle in a place. Then she can do the incantation afterwards. But once she does the incantation, if it is in fact a binding spell, then she can do it as soon as this creature appears. If it's a demon summoning spell, then, well, a demon's just going to appear. So it's fairly instantaneous.
So what you're saying is, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to put this circle on there, deciding that surely this book will help me. And then when I do cast the spell, I'm going to roll luck, and we'll see what happens.
We're all going to die.
No, you're not going to roll luck. I know whether it's a demon summoning spell or a demon binding spell.
Wonderful. Okay, well...
So I know.
It would be a last-ditch thing, but I think she would want to be prepared to use it in case.
All right, so you guys are on the docks. We'll just say that's where the pub is.
Can we assume I grabbed some more knitting needles? She would have plenty of sizes.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's...
No, didn't somebody give you a dagger at some point?
No.
Nobody ever gave you an actual dagger? Because there's been daggers all over the place. No one gave you one?
Nope.
All right.
I've been busy running from frogs.
All right, so tell me, guys, what you want to do real quick. There's a chance we could finish this tonight.
Yeah, but there's also a chance that we could do it right at the beginning next time and Mavis could be here.
Okay, you know what? Let's go for that. Yeah, let's go for that. So...
Plus, Dorothy would call her compadre in arms with the big guns to help her.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is how it's going to work. You guys can figure out... We'll do next week. We'll start off with you guys setting up the whole deal. That means you're setting up weapons, setting up how this place is, whatever. You can figure out what help you're going to use. That could be Cormac's crew, what have you. Maybe train Dorothy with a gun so that she's not shooting herself in the foot. I don't know.
Does Cormac's crew have Tommy guns? Like your guys
I have a guy who names Tommy, and he has 2 guns.
So, I mean, yeah, you guys can figure that all out. We should be able to set that up for next week. And yeah, Mavis will be here, and all of you guys can be together and see whether or not you can get rid of Jonathan Wet.
All right.
And possibly summon a demon.
So that's good news. You guys don't leave on a cliffhanger where your baby died. You guys get to leave on a positive cliffhanger for a change.
Well, you still might die, but...
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, at least this is a positive cliffhanger. You guys are setting up. You guys are on the offensive. That's good.
We might die, but we also might kill the bad guy.
And you might, I must stress might, summon a demon.
Wow. Let's just fight like all the demons.
Yeah.
So don't forget, we have some sources out there. We obviously still have Dorothy's son, who's in the church. You guys haven't talked to him in a little bit. Obviously, you can figure out where else you are going to be acquiring guns from. You have a whole bunch of things you can try to do to set up this place. And because we have it next week, I will set up a nice little battle map for you. If I get a chance to put it on, I probably will put it on as the starting picture. And you guys can take a look at it and think about what you want to do with the room. Since you would see it first, you would have advantage for how you want to set the thing up.
How hard is it to get explosives in this era? And how much are you attached to this shop?
I am very attached. No explosives.
There are two
I
answers to that
wonder what
question.
Steven knows
One of
about
them is-
summoning demons.
One of them, of course, is it would normally be difficult to get explosives. However, you have military connections, so I don't know how that changes things. And Cormac is extremely connected to his shop. By the way, Cormac, I know you kind of blew him off, but Angus mentioned you having a new bank account opened in your name, and you did not open a bank account in your name.
Hold on, I thought he meant... Oh. Okay, so when you phrased that before, you said like a new asset was signed over to me, and I immediately thought the brewery, which was not necessarily good news.
Right. No, the brewery was signed over to you, and apparently was paid for with this new bank account that he's referring to.
I did not hear bank account, so I missed that.
Yeah. It seems like he's trying to launder money through you.
Angus is?
No, your boss.
Oh. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what your boss is doing, but he's being a bad boy.
Wonderful.
Wait, I want to know why I'm in this desperate rush to save the library if I have Rich McBank pants over here.
Oh, because you didn't want to take his money.
Holy shit! Seriously? Oh.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, he
It
doesn't.
doesn't sound like Mrs. McGee. It's
It's because he doesn't care about the library. He just cares about her,
Yeah,
and she cares about the library.
right. He just wants you to retire and be safe somewhere because your library is in the hood. I don't know if you were aware of that, but
I
your
feel
library's
like
in the hood.
I feel like both I and Dorothy are blissfully ignorant of this fact.
I mean, your library's definitely in the hood. Like I told you, guys like Cormac and everybody else have gone to your library. Pickles went to your library. I wasn't sure if any of this was going to point to you that these types of people constantly go to your library because yes, you are in the hood.
Yeah, I don't think she cares about the hood or others. She just cares about the people, and she doesn't really. Yeah, I don't think she notices.
You know what? Even if you did know, honestly, I feel like
She wouldn't
even if
care.
she knows it's the hood, she's probably freaking proud of that because they got to have books and chances at education too.
That's true. Poor people also need books. Books are
Even if
for,
it's just for kindling.
books are for everyone.
Damn. You know, I honestly didn't expect Jonathan Wenton to be this much of a bad guy bastard.
I'm digging it.
Like, I didn't expect it to be this terrible.
what do you mean?
You weren't planning on summoning up the effigy of her dead husband and then crushing his skull in front of her?
Yeah, girl, no, not necessarily. These things just go. And it's like sometimes I start with a bad guy and I say, what would I never do? Okay, he's doing that.
So, okay. All right. Well, I take comfort knowing that you will never threaten my grandmother.
I also sit there and say, like, not only what would I never do, what would bother this poor character? I was like, this character would hate it if somebody did this.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it.
All right. Well, guys, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming out tonight.
Thanks for
I'm
running
going to walk out into this rainstorm, and hopefully you guys are able to pull off killing a pretty tough guy. Okay, so here's what you'll remember. I'm only giving you this one for running what you remember. You know, the last time you shot him, he was able to use blood to create some form of crystallized shield. Dorothy, you know that when he ingested blood, that he got a little bit stronger. And I don't know if Cormac was able to figure out much, but Cormac has lots of people with lots of guns, so he figured that bullets hurt.
You should just surround him and just shoot him from all sides. I mean, that should be pretty hard to like cast a shield on every side.
He'll die eventually, right?
And Jonathan knows, I think you said that he can use those portals to move objects, not just himself.
Jonathan believes that, but yes. All right, we'll deal with all that next week. You guys know what you know, and we'll figure out next week. Sounds like a good time.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.